Hello, hello everyone. I am super excited to have you here today to join me because I am going to share with you something that is absolutely going to change your life. I know that is a very big, bold statement, but my God, it totally changed my life. It blew my mind, and I just could not wait to share it with you because I know it is going to do the same thing if you are someone who has a ton of crafty supplies. So I was introduced to Evernote probably actually almost a year ago now. So I do apologize that it's taking me this long to share this with you. And it literally was life-changing, like just incredible. So if you're like me, like I have, I don't know how many hundreds of stamp sets. And you know, I've got a shocking memory, but I would know when I was sitting down to create something that I had a stamp set, or I would think I knew that I had a stamp set that related to this, but I had no way of finding it. And with hundreds of stamp sets, it was just too hard to search through everything. It really was impossible. So when someone shared this with me and how I could use it, is a mind-blowing, life-changing. So I'm super excited to share that with you today. And before I show you how to do it, I'll just give you a little glimpse into how and why this works. So let's say I am doing a travel layout and I want to put the word adventure on my page. We'll do something that works with adventure. So I type adventure into my search function and I will see anything that I have that I've saved in Evernote that has the word adventure. So I do use Evernote for other things as well as my stamp storage. So there'll be things here that will show like this is a layout that I've shared that has adventure on it, but you'll also see that any stamp sets that have the word adventure, here we go, are shown just like that. So Evernote, just to step back a little bit, Evernote is a free software that you download onto your computer. It is free up to a certain amount of storage each month. And when I say storage, it's actually upload. You have an upload limit. So you can only put so much into it each month for free. If you go beyond that, then you need to pay or wait. So for me, when I was loading my stamp sets, I got halfway through and I was told that I'd run out of storage. So I had the choice of upgrading and paying for that upgrade or just waiting until the next month when I could continue. And that's what I did. I just waited until the next month and then I added the rest of my stamp sets in. And now, because I'm basically in maintenance mode, so when I buy stamp sets, I load them in, I never reach that limit. So the limit is quite generous. It was just that I had a lot of stamp sets to put in the beginning. So, and the other thing with it is when you set up your Evernote account, you will be given the choice of adding a clipper into your toolbar. And you want to do this, and I'll show you why soon, because it is something that you're going to use. So just know that when you see that option come up for adding something onto your toolbar, that is something that you want to do, okay? So let me give you another example here. Let me search for baby. Let's say I want to do something with a baby. So here I am seeing any of my stamp sets or anything that has the word baby on it. So, oh, look at this, baby bundle. Now, you will note that this is under, it's stored under the stamp set, the number that Close to My Heart gives each stamp set. So this is C1668. So I decided to change how I was storing my stamps to relate now to how they were stored here. And basically I found the simplest way was to store everything in alphabetical and chronological order, or numerical, alphabetical and numerical order, not chronological. So Close to My Heart stamps are numbered A, B, C, D, E, and M. So I set up notebooks for each of those. I also set one up for CC stamps. So CC in Close to My Heart terminology stands for constant campaign. And basically a constant campaign is their terminology for a special. So there are some stamp sets that start with CC, and I also have another category for my thin cut combos, because a lot of my stamp sets these days are come with a thin cut, which is a die cutting, a little die cut that runs through your die cutting machine. So I store those separately as well and categorize those separately. So now if I was searching and I wanted this baby bundle, I would just go into my stamp box that is labeled C stamps, and then I would search in numerical order for this number. So super easy. So I find it on my computer. I can see the image. I know that, yep, let's say I want to use this little elephant. And then I just go to the box, my C box. So super, super easy. Is your mind blowing? It should be, because my gosh, this just means that I get so much better use out of my stamps, and it is literally instantaneous to find anything. Amazing. Okay, let me show you how to set up your Evernote. So you will go into notebooks, and what you want to do in the beginning is set up a new notebook. So we'll go up here to new notebook, and we are going to give it a name. Now I already have an A stamp one because that's how I set mine up. So I'm just going to call this A stamp sample, so it has a different name. We're going to do that for each of your categories. So this one is B stamps. I'm not going to show you how to do each of that, but I think you get the idea. So now, oh, that one, I'm going to rename that because I forgot to call it sample. B stamps. And I think it did that because I already had one there called B stamps. Okay. So each of our notebooks is just imagine it is a separate notebook. And now I want to create a stack of these. So I want to put that stack of stamp notebooks all together. So I go over, so my A stamp sample, I'm going to go over to these little dots, click on here and say add to stack. I have to create this stack because I don't have a stack for this yet. So then I come up to new stack, and I'm going to call this CTMH stamps, and I have to call it sample because I already have that in my system, and I click create. So now you'll see that here's my stack, and this is my first notebook in there. So I'll put the B one in there as well, add to stack. Now this time I don't have to do a new stack because I already set that up. So it goes in there. So there we go. That's as simple as it is to set up your notebook. Okay, let's show you how to get a stamp set in there. Now, this might seem a little strange, but what we're going to do is actually leave Evernote. We're going to open up a Google window. I need this to not show. And I have a stamp set in my hand called D19700. Hey, there. So I'm going to do a Google search for this. It brings up some different websites with that on there. But what you actually want to do is click on images. And now it brings up images that relate to that stamp set. So some of them are not it. So it is important. So some of these have been labeled incorrectly because this one here I know is actually not the stamp set that I have in my hand. This is the one that I have in my hand. So I'm going to click on that. And here's where that clipper in your toolbar that I mentioned earlier is important. So that clipper will be, you'll see it in your toolbar just with the little elephant, which is the Evernote logo. So I'm going to click on that. And I'm going to come down here to screenshot. It brings up this these white lines. And what I'm going to do is click on the top left of my image, click and hold and drag this down until I get to the bottom right of my image. And you'll see that it has made my image white, whereas the rest of the outside is all opaque. So I click that. So this is what it has saved. I'm going to choose where it goes to. So this was a D size stamp. So I can scroll down. I can either scroll down and find, or I can just choose D stamps, and that will find it. And now I want to add tags. So tags are the things that help you, that make the search work. So what you want to do is add everything that is on the stamp set. You want to add a tag for everything. So first of all, I'm going to add the words that are on here because those are easiest. So, and the fact that this is showing on here actually says to me that this stamp set is actually already in my system. So I'm actually going to exit because I don't want to do that again. I want to do one that is new, right? Okay, here it is, a new one. Let's try this again. E1053, can't get enough. And I'm still on images, and this is the stamp set. Okay, so up to my clipper, screenshot, click and hold. It is an E-stamp. So I'm going to put it into my E-stamp notebook. And now I'm going to add my tags, home. So I'm going to start with all the words. There's no place like. Love this. This is a really cool stamp set. Really handy for lots of projects. You would use this on lots and lots of things. It is a E-size stamp set, so it is the largest size that Close to My Heart make. And I did happen to just choose one that has lots of words, didn't I? So you get to see how I tag absolutely everything. So this might take you a little while to get done, but my gosh, once you are done, you are done. And then it will save you so much time later on. So every time you type a tag, you have to hit enter. And that creates it as a new tag or a new search. Okay, and we've got numbers. So I'm just going to write numbers. I think that is it for all the words. Okay, so now I'm actually going to describe the image stamps that are on there. So I have, I call that thing over there a swish. This thing here, I call that a swish. So I'm calling that a swish. We have a distressed background. That's this here. I call that a distressed background. We have some lines for journaling. We have a speech box. What else do we have? Splots. Very technical words. We have stars. We have a heart. We have a dotted circle. Wave border. Or is it scalloped? I think actually it's more of a scalloped border. What else do we have? That's called, I think I would call that a honeycomb. That's one side. We have a butterfly and a flower. Crosshatch. Little circle patch. Very technical, isn't it? Okay, and a dotted line. I think that's all that's on the stamp set. So now I've tagged everything that's on there. I click Save Clip. And it's saved into my system. If I click, if I want to see it now, I have to log in. And it should be here. You can see it's here in my system. Yippee. Now, I will search for it, but I think generally what you will find is if you try and use the search function straight away, it possibly won't work. I found that I had to refresh my system. No, it has worked, just to make a liar out of me, but sometimes it doesn't. So if you can't find it straight away, but you know that it's in there, then it's all good. So here we go. I'm searching for anything that has the words home on it. And here is the stamp set that I just loaded in. How cool is that? That's as easy as it is. So, so the only time that you might get into trouble is if you search for a stamp set and it's not, and you can't find it in the images. So I have one here for you, and the ones that I find that I have this issue with are ones that come as part of the Workshop Your Way. They seem to not show as well on the system. So this one is called, let me find it, I have it on my desk, B1682, Grateful for You. Let me click on images. So this is actually the stamp set. So it is showing up in the images, but it's an image that someone has taken a photo of, and it's not a particularly good photo. I don't like it. So the way to get around this is to actually take a photo of the stamp set yourself. So I have the Evernote app on my phone because if I'm away somewhere and I don't have my computer with me, I can use it to find my stamp sets, etc. And if you've got the Evernote, you can use a clipper, just like we did on the toolbar, to take a photo of the stamp set, and then you can load it in from your phone. So if there's any that you can't find on Google, you can just take a photo of the stamp set and load it in that way. So how easy is that? Is that not mind-blowing? I hope it is as mind-blowing and life-changing for you as it is for me. If you've loved it, please give me a like, comment, and I hope you just have an amazing time using this, because it is the bomb. So thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for tuning, and I look forward to next time we get to spend some time together. Thanks. Bye.